What if the excuses you keep defending are the very things keeping you stuck? That may sound harsh, but sometimes the truth has to interrupt us before it can free us. You say the economy is the problem, your family is the problem, your age is the problem, your job is the problem, your lack of connections is the problem. And yes, those things may create real difficulties, but they cannot become the permanent explanation for your entire life. This message is for the person who genuinely wants change, but keeps giving responsibility to everything outside of themselves. You want better results, but you keep repeating the same choices. You want a stronger future, but you keep protecting the habits that created your present. Here is the core revelation. Responsibility is not blame. Responsibility is power. The moment you take responsibility, you regain the ability to respond. Blame may explain how you arrived here, but it cannot build the road out. The first thing you have to understand is that two people can face the same difficulty and produce different outcomes. Same economy, same weather, same industry, same amount of time. One person sees a reason to stop, the other sees a reason to adapt. The difference is response. Most people spend years trying to change everything except themselves. They want the company to change, the government to change, their spouse to change, their customers to change, their circumstances to change. But what if the first change has to happen in your thinking, habits, skills, and decisions? You cannot always control what happens, but you can control what you learn, what you create, what you manage, what you stop tolerating, and what you do next. Faith does not make you passive. Faith calls you to act on what you believe. Noah had to build. David had to step forward. The servants in the parable had to use what was placed in their hands. Belief became visible through action. The next thing you have to stop doing is confusing explanations with solutions. You may have a good reason for being stuck, but a reason is not a strategy. You may have been overlooked. What will you build now? You may have made mistakes. What did they teach you? You may not have enough resources. What can you start with? You may not know the answer. Who can you learn from? That is where your power returns. So here is your assignment. Write down the area of your life where you feel most frustrated. Then list every excuse you normally give. Be honest. Now draw a line under that list and write, what can I control? Maybe you can control your spending, your study habits, your morning routine, your attitude, your offer, your follow-up, your consistency, your willingness to ask for help, your next decision. Choose one action and complete it within 24 hours. Not next month, not when you feel motivated, within 24 hours. Because action breaks the emotional grip of helplessness, and small responsibility produces larger confidence. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of life. You start becoming a steward of your future. Remember, you cannot change yesterday. You cannot control everything around you, but you can decide what happens next, and that decision may be the moment your life begins to change.